Shabbat Shalom, Sabbath peace, Ashar Chadash, Happy New Moon, Shalom Laha Alahayim, peace to the gods, Nawathan Kal Halalim Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash, giving all praises to Yahweh, in the name Yahawashi, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the head elders of all the camps of Great Millstone GMS who do rule well. Salutations, peace, and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, the house of David, the predestined spirits of election. Okay, starting with primarily the 144,000, 12,000 men, prophets of each tribe of Israel, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice. Okay, as well as the remaining remnant, elect, innumerable multitude, those chosen for salvation, scattered across the four winds of earth, and the 1/3 here in Babylon the Great of men, women, and children. All right, according to their own lot, their own office, friends of the prophets, or whatsoever you have it. Okay, that are rehearsing the righteous acts to the best of their ability, believing on the gospel. This is your brother Tazapanya Banyamyan. Adawan Ratazah, Lord willing, this is edifying unto the elect. Spiritual commentary, digital epistle through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Full spectrum survival, red alert, Biden is out. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been hearing that for the last week, ever since the debate. He's down in the polls and the numbers. Even his own DNC or whatever, Democratic National Committee, they're not even rocking with him. And maybe it was all, not even maybe, there's a theory that it was all planned in order to get Kamala in, or his wife was controlling the scenes. A bunch of things out there, but you know how Esau moved. He's a devil. He's a deceiver. So-called Caucasian man, so-called white man. So the point is that the civil war is in. That's the point, because half of the country, maybe even more than half now, really wants Nero, eagle-faced Trump in there, while the other half just don't want him in there. They don't really even care. They just thought that Biden, sleepy, creepy Jim Crow Joe was the best contender. So we're going to see. There's a lot of shit that's going to come, and we have to prepare ourselves. And Salakia, I could feel this working, drinking this, I don't think it's Ham Ice. I think it's Jake that owns the store, but it's a lemon ginger drink. A lot of gingers, and they say hot or whatever. You could feel it cleansing, automatically, man. Very good for the body. But without further ado, let's let it play.
Recently saw one of the greatest quotes that said, if you're against guns in the hands of the American citizens, then you don't get to celebrate the 4th of July because you would have never fought back. And that's a pretty good blanket statement to the state of the world that we're at right now. I just talked to a couple of members of military, active duty service members, and they talked about how if given the order to fight against the American people in some sort of government versus citizen civil unrest, no matter what it was, they were going to side with the people. Now, this is very important because we're getting right to that precipice, right to the point of no return here. The governments of Russia, China, other nations, they are trying to institute social unrest and chaos inside the USA. And here we are just a couple of months away from what may be one of the most important presidential elections in U.S. history, at least in the last 50 to 60 years. You can see that we are ripe for that time of chaos to be coming. Russia is going to institute some sort of destabilization technique, and it might even be the U.S. government especially on a losing side of the Democrats, maybe even on a gainful side of the Republicans, we are going to see destabilization here in the country. Right here, I've got the former acting director of ICE, Tom Homan. He's been warning for some time that a terrorist attack, because of what's happening in the USA, is going to take place. Now, you only get to say that it's going to happen so many times before it actually does.
Right. Now, notice what he said, man. Whether it be Russia, whether it be America, their own government, but he keeps on saying chaos. This is how you know that they're the ones behind it. Who are they? Job 9:24. For the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who is the wicked? Malachi chapter 1:1-4. Roughly paraphrasing, the people that the Most High has indignation forever, the border of wickedness, is Esau, Edom. Because Esau is Edom. Esau is the patriarch of the so-called Caucasian race. And yes, he's mingled himself amongst all nations pretty much as well, because the earth was given unto him. He was in the kingdom. And in the kingdom, you can have a bunch of concubines and wives, but that's not the point. What's the name? I have a precept lined up because the point I was trying to make was the ordo ab chaos, which means order out of chaos. So every time he says that chaos, it just lets me know that they're orchestrating all of this chaos to bring about this NWO. And we know the final straw to complete the God complex mindset, which is the MOTB. Okay, but this is Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Pursuing to Revelation 11, all right, Babylon the Great, which is America, is also spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. Okay, look on the back of your dollar bill. It's not that hard to understand. It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. You see? So, yeah, America is going to face itself. All right. Civil war is in. You know, might as well prepare for it now.
We might be looking at a huge event that will draw the eyes of people across the world and cause a massive mobilization of the American military into the USA in the form of the National Guard that will just cause chaos everywhere. Lights out, EMP devices, bombs blowing up. Who knows what your city is going to look like? But when you kind of look at the worst case scenario and say, how can I plan for it? Without a doubt, that plan is going to involve self-defense. If you don't think we're in trouble.
Didn't David say, the Lord is my shield and buckler? That's the only defense you're going to have coming into what we're coming into, because it's a time that has never happened before. So the best way to defend yourself is by being in this truth. And the elect is automatically going to be in this truth. This is why we pray that we're of that number. Okay? Because there's nothing that we can do. Man's goings is of the Lord. Everything that you do was already prescribed spiritually, okay, written beforehand, all right, in the record book, so to speak, all right. Continuing on.
With the coming war with China, I just want you to listen to this right here. Just one shipyard in Shanghai, they're building 13 surface warships simultaneously. As China carries out one of the largest military buildouts in history, the U.S. cannot keep pace. U.S. military commanders are saying that they have no reason to believe that the United States could go against the Chinese Navy in a straight man-to-man, ship-to-ship war. The IMF has said that there are profound concerns now that the impact of artificial intelligence will completely decimate the labor market. This will cause a massive disruption and rising inequality. I don't know if you can tell, but AI is already here. It is already in companies across the world. It's already likely in your company if you work for anything larger than a 10 to 20 individual company. People are using it for marketing, using it for image creation. They're using it for customer service. They're using it for optimization. It is here right now.
That's facts. Factamundo.
It's okay, everything's well and fine, but it means you won't have a job when AI gets a little better.
And I might keep it on this Egypt because everything that he's saying is prophesied unto Egypt. Second Esdras, Isaiah, Revelation.
Walmart has eliminated hundreds of jobs in Georgia in the USA. They're closing stores again, and we're seeing that instead of buying groceries, people across the country are deciding that they need to just hold out. Can you imagine living in a country where the economy is so bad you skip meals but keep paying exorbitant tax? The NATO chief has said that NATO is good for us all. Together, they control 75% of the world's GDP with North America and Europe. They are going to be divided, especially in the world where people are afraid that Russia has security consequences with China. They say NATO is good for European security, but NATO is also good for the USA. The USA is big, but it's not that big. 24 to 25% of the world GDP if you add in all the NATO allies.
So notice he's bringing up NATO, and we understand through the 100% truth, the spirit, that that's the beast that is talked about in Revelation. So notice it's good, all right, for America. Why? Because America rideth that beast. America rides NATO, okay? But remember, the beast shall hate the whore, the mother of all abominations, Babylon the Great, America, okay? We're getting into that time.
They're 50%, and then you can see that they have a vested interest in the next war. Russian military experts are out here suggesting that the Kremlin plans nuclear strikes on U.S. ships. Russian military expert Igor Korochenko, he recently suggested on state-owned television that the Kremlin has drawn up plans to attack ships run by the U.S. Navy with nuclear weapons, limited nuclear weapons, of course, very small. This isn't like the old days where you would just see a complete city destroyed. No, they've got weapons now that are very small in their ability. They can just drop it on a ship. And let me tell you, you might think in your head that's impossible because you've seen the establishment say that no way, no one's using nukes without mutually assured destruction. That is old thinking. It's just as old of thinking as looking down at certain things and you see that you either have an outie or an innie. That's old thinking, right? According to this new era of government and new era of social understanding. And so right now, you're entering into a new understanding where they can use nuclear weapons, and they will argue that biological weapons are okay. It doesn't matter that 30% of the population gets decimated. Russia is handing over a river to China for access to the Sea of Japan. Russia, China, and North Korea will soon begin negotiations that will allow Chinese ships to pass through the bordering river into the Sea of Japan. And now, did you even know, a lot of people on our channel don't know, Russia controls a part of Japan militarily. They own a part of Japan, for better or for worse. Now, why isn't this talked about? Well, because they need to understand that this is a war for resources. The Moscow Times is being quoted as saying that the Tumen River flows along the border of China, North Korea, and Russia, where it empties into the Sea of Japan. Chinese ships can move freely along the river only up to the village of Fantuan. They have no opportunity to go into the sea, but they're going to need this because that war with Taiwan is coming, and China will fight Japan in this war. You won't see a lot of other countries joining in outside of the Indo-Pacific, so it means the United States will be torn between two different de facto NATOs. We'll have the NATO in the Indo-Pacific and then the real NATO with Europe. We will not be able to handle it. We can't make the guns for it. We don't have the ammo for it. We don't have the bodies to throw at it. But Russia and China will throw bodies till the end of time. It's very scary times, guys. Malaysia has...
Yo, you can't make this shit up. And you can't tell me the Bible is official, man. People want to call it, a man-made book or whatever, but then would believe everything that they learn in school and shit, man. When Esau wrote down your fucking arithmetic, your algebra 2 book, and you, y equals 2mx, whatever the fuck, you feel me? But something that's able to say something before it happens. And it happens, and it happens, and it happens again and again and again and again. And it's man-made. You don't want morals in your life.
Move forward with their BRICS membership on the heels of Thailand's recent announcement. Malaysia's PM said that we have made the decision on the matter. We are going through the official procedures now. We are awaiting the final results and the response from the South African government. Now, here in the USA, while all these other countries are banding together, we have the insurance companies ripping us a new one. Auto insurance rates in the US have increased by 42% at the low end. That's the largest 2-year spike in the last 60 years. Now, it used to be, and when you see all these statistics and data that points back to, this is the worst economy in 50 years, worse housing in this many years, worse foreclosures in this many years, I want you to remember one very important fact about this. The important fact is that back when it happened last time, they didn't allow all of these things to happen in combination. Right now, electricity's up, food cost is up, housing is up, insurance is up. You're having taxes go up. You're having people's, cell phone bills go up. Their water bills go up. Their sewer bills go up. Their garbage collection goes up. It's all in combination. Now, back in the 50 years ago, when insurance went up last, according to different economists that watch this market, they say that was the only thing going up, or just a couple of other small things with it. It was a very limited measure of inflation. But right now, they're screwing the people until something breaks. Now, this is interesting, and maybe this is how we can tell that we really are in a war. The study shows that you can inherit memories from your ancestors without ever having to talk to them.
What type of, we got to get the fuck up out of here, bro. Who'd even want to fucking do that dumb shit? That's nothing but witchcraft, bro. Inherit memories from ancestors without talk.
Science of epigenetics suggests that trauma, trust, and compassion can all be sent down through generations by altering the shapes of your individual genes. A study from Emory.
Oh, of course. It's fucking with the body. You see how the world needs new management? So call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he's allowing these devils to fight each other. Yahweh Shai said that a nation divided against itself, a house divided against itself, a kingdom divided against itself shall not stand. Roughly paraphrasing. So this is how we know we're coming to the end of this thing, because there is no time. They can't rule. They fighting against each other.
University shows that 100% of the subjects that were studied that were traumatized inherited altered neural circuits. Now, research on Holocaust survivors at the Mount Sinai Medicine School found that 60% had genetic changes that were linked to stress and immune function. They say that our ancestors.
That's how we know it's all pseudoscience. Okay. Oh, so the test subjects happen to be people of that. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna close out on this, man. We at the time. Gotta go to camp anyway. Head on down to the District of Columbia. This is 2nd Esdras 15. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, Egypt shall mourn. All right, so America is going to be in a crying mentality, man. The things that's going to happen into this place, people are going to be very sad. Just like 9/11. When 9/11 happened, Egypt was mourning. So when the apostles say whatever's coming next, and he said, remember, a T attack, everybody keeps saying it through revelation of method, predictive programming, is going to make 9/11 look like a walk in the park. Okay, that's what the apostles been said. It says, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So the things that is coming upon is from the Most High, man. This is why Ezekiel says, give them warning from me. And this is what we out here doing. This is what I'm about to go do in a couple hours just now. All right, let's skip down to verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of fighting, and the modern day sword is the gun. A lot of gun fights, drone fights, missile fights, whatever, in the world. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. See, so it's going to be a civil war. Okay, an actual people, whether they're in relation of bloodline, whether they're relation of mindset, political ideology, whatever it may be. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And notice how he said when that T attack come, National Guard is going to be deployed on a level that you've never seen before. All right, and they're actually going to get a lot of help, however it may be, whether it be these young, middle-aged, military-aged men from these other nations coming up through the southern border, the FEMA, the UN troops that's already here, sleeper cells, whatever. All right, and whatever that the people do, they're going to do it and disregard all of the laws that they set up and don't do this. This is all orchestrated to cause chaos on the streets. So yeah, martial law is coming. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. You know how they say, try that in a small town, them country hick niggas. You feel me? They have a lot of pride that things that can happen over here can't happen over here. All right, keep that same energy, like Jake like to say. All right, it says, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. That's what we coming into, man. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. See, we coming into a time where ain't gonna be no pity, no mercy, no nothing. Nida, nada, Nathan. All right, they taking it. All right, everything is getting took. Everything is getting took. You see what I'm saying? This is why I said when he said about self-defense, he's talking about guns because he's an Edomite. I'm talking about this truth. All right. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. All right. The Lord is my shield and buckler, man. Okay. But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Notice how he said everything is going up. And I can attest, like car insurance and shit, man. Come on, bro. You feel me? You get a job, you get more money, and it's like you in the same position because of inflation. So you're trying, but the Lord knows his elect. The Lord knows what his chosen is going through, and he's going to be with them until the end, man. All right. So Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect. Civil War about to pop, bro. All right. We'll see how it actually comes into play. But with that, I'm going to say, Barak Dayawa, Barak Dayawa Shah, call Allah, Yah Basham Yah Shah, Yah Basham Yah Shah, Barak Yah, Yah Basham Yah Shah, Barak Atham. All right. On to the next one. Shabbat Shalom, Shah Chadash. Shalom.